Why are carbohydrates important and what are their benefits? There are many of us today who regard carbohydrates as an enemy with the rise of adherents of the keto diet, which is becoming a trend. What are the true health benefits of carbohydrates and the impact of not consuming them? There are 3 types of carbohydrates. Starch. Starches or starchy foods provide the body with essential nutrients such as iron, calcium and B-complex vitamins. Sugar. While sugar is relatively familiar, the definition of this type of carbohydrate is broader than that of the white stuff you put in your tea. Sugar can be classified as a number of sweet, colorless, water-soluble compounds. Sugars are found in fruits, vegetables, dairy, and more, making up the simplest group of carbohydrates. Sucrose is the type most commonly found in soft drinks and processed foods. Other sugars include fructose, which comes from fruit, and lactose, which comes from milk. Fiber. Fiber is also included in the category of complex carbohydrates. Fiber keeps you full, regular, and satisfied after eating. These healthy carbohydrates can be found in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and dried beans or peas. In addition to digestive health, fiber may have a positive effect on cholesterol. Since carbohydrates are one of the 3 macronutrients required by our body, they are responsible for many basic functions. The following is the function of carbohydrate. 1. Increases blood sugar and stimulates insulin production. Eating carbohydrates is a quick way to increase blood sugar and stimulate insulin production. You eat carbohydrates that are broken down by your digestive tract into simple sugars. It is then absorbed into the bloodstream as glucose, i.e. blood sugar. Glucose is transported to the body's cells via insulin or a hormone produced by the pancreas, which is then used by our cells as a fuel source. 2. Provide energy. Carbohydrates function in energy production by providing our body with 4 easily digestible calories per gram and making it our body's main source of energy. Simple carbohydrates are used quickly as an energy source because their minimal molecular structure is easily damaged by the body. On the other hand, complex carbohydrates are made of many sugar molecules, which the body needs more time to break down into energy. 3. Trigger appetite, hunger, and satisfaction. A study conducted on the moods of grumpy people who gorged on an afternoon snack found that carbohydrates increased serotonin production in their brains more than any other food source group. Serotonin is known as the feel-good hormone. Once activated in the brain, it works to induce sleep, regulate blood pressure, control your mood, appetite, and sensitivity to pain. 4. Source of moods. Serotonin has been discussed above. But it's a little more about the effect carbohydrates have on our moods. Serotonin is made in the brain, where it performs its primary function. Serotonin production is stimulated by a handful of nutrients, combined with the serotonin precursor tryptophan, an essential amino acid, meaning the body cannot make it on its own and must come from food sources. Consuming carbohydrates helps facilitate the transport of the serotonin precursor tryptophan to the brain. This gives rise to several opinions about the effect of carbohydrates on our mood. 5. Digestion. Fiber, a carbohydrate found in fruit, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes, is important for healthy digestion. There are 2 types of fiber, soluble and insoluble. Both are present in most plant-based foods, ergo, eating a variety of high-fiber foods will help you receive the most health benefits. Source. Fiber is known as the mass that moves everything through our digestive tract. Because, unlike protein, fat, and other carbohydrates, fiber is not digested and mostly passes through our system intact. Adds fiber to your intestines while keeping you full, regular, and full after eating. That said, as you noted above, not all carbs are fiber. There is also sugar and starch. 6. Prebiotics and colon health. Prebiotics are non-digestible carbohydrates that stimulate the growth or activity of bacteria in the large intestine. This ultimately improves digestive health. All prebiotics are fiber, but not all fiber is prebiotics. Look for them in foods like chives, asparagus, and chicory. 7. Brain function. Another function of carbohydrates is to function for the brain. The brain and its abundance of nerve cells require more energy than any other organ. In fact, they require half the glucose in our body, which leads many of us to believe that when the body is deprived of sufficient amounts of glucose, the brain and its functions are affected. The effects of not eating carbohydrates in the long term can affect health, such as easily experiencing depression. The first risk that can occur when the body lacks carbohydrates is easy to experience depression. This is because carbohydrates have an important role in providing nutrition to the brain. So that carbohydrates can maximize brain performance and have an effect on making the brain calm. Because carbohydrates play a role in maintaining the level of the chemical compound serotonin, which functions to maintain emotions in the brain. If a deficiency of this compound will increase the risk of depression. Susceptible to flu. The next risk of lack of carbohydrates is susceptibility to the flu. Lack of carbohydrates causes your immune system to become weak. Weak immune system will make you susceptible to colds. The body will also experience weakness, dry mouth, nausea, and dizziness, causing the body to get tired quickly. Apart from being the main source of energy, carbohydrates also play an active role in increasing endurance. When the body lacks carbohydrates, this can trigger a decrease in energy in the body and cause the body to quickly become tired. More at risk of experiencing heart disease and diabetes. According to a study published in 2014, if the body lacks carbohydrates, the body will be vulnerable to various serious diseases such as heart disease and diabetes. According to the American Heart Association, a lack of carbohydrates will increase cholesterol levels and trigger the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. Bad breath. The effect that will occur is the appearance of ketosis, namely burning fat, which will produce ketones. As a result, bad breath becomes worse. Even brushing your teeth and gargling are not enough to help get rid of the smell. Irritability and bad mood. People on low-carb diets often complain that it is difficult to control their emotions. They become irritable, mood swings, stressed, and tired. From many studies, this may be caused by a lack of carbohydrate intake, which functions to produce happy hormones. People who eat few carbohydrates have been shown to be in a bad mood more often than people who eat normally. Not only that, people who eat less carbohydrates are also more prone to having trouble sleeping at night, so they don't get optimal rest. So consider again if you want to stop consuming carbohydrates.